Netflix released a new exclusive movie on their platform called Spaceman, starring Adam Sandler, who's been trending lately towards drama movies.
I thought I was already your partner.
It was directed by Johan Renck and based on the Spaceman of Bohemia by Jaroslav Kalfar. The movie got released on Netflix on the 23rd, and today we're going to review it. Hey everyone, how's it going? Spaceman is a movie that I liked before watching. From the trailer, I was intrigued by the idea of watching an Adam Sandler in dramas more often. The movie tells the story of a lonely astronaut who's been in space for 6 months. He was dispatched on a year-long mission to explore a strange pink-purple glowy cloud that was discovered 4 months before the space trip. They wanted a sample of that cloud, which also happens to be at the same time his wife Renck, played by Carey Mulligan, just knew she was pregnant before he left, which means she is now 6 months pregnant. Also, we have Heinous, the alien creature. His voice played by Dano, who did an astonishing job with the vocals of this creature. After Adam was sent into space, he started getting exposed to loneliness and depression. He started having problems sleeping, and then he met Heinous, the alien space dog spider.
Spider?
I guess that was closest to something I could describe. As I said, the movie tells the story of astronaut Jacob, who meets a gigantic spider named Heinous during his space travels. Heinous was drowned by Jacob's loneliness and sadness, which is why he got interested in studying the human race. The relationship between Jacob and Heinous was well presented. Let me talk a bit about the performance. Adam Sandler delivered a respectable performance. His role was well executed and fitting. Sandler doesn't always excel in these types of films. Even in comedies, he's always the guy you can't take seriously. But here, he gave us a strong and compelling performance. I was particularly interested in understanding his character in the film and how he copes with loneliness and sadness. Sandler also effectively conveyed feelings of fear and tension surrounding the spider and turned it into a friendship. Carey Mulligan's role as Jacob's wife did a good job of playing the upset wife and how she well performed a part of the relationship. We wouldn't have known how hurtful it was for her if not for how she acted in this role. She was left alone to handle everything, including birth, while her husband is on the edge of our galaxy, discovering a strange purple cloud, how he needed her and how angry she was with him. Dano did a great job with the voice performance for Heinous the Spider, which was deep and powerful. Generally, Paul is a very talented actor, and I didn't expect his voice performance, to be this good as well, except for his appearance in the Bateman as the Riddler in the end, which I thought was a one-time thing, but I had an issue with him, and it's a general problem in the movie. It moves slowly, which is terrible. Even the way they talk. Not everyone can tolerate it. But overall, I felt the film's atmosphere demanded calmness and slowness in the performance. What was unbreakable, in my opinion, were the scenes when Heinous the Spider wants to know information about Jacob. Those scenes were the most boring in the movie. There weren't that many engaging scenes to capture the viewer. You watch this movie because you choose to. You choose to focus on details. And when you do, it becomes interesting. Renck's struggle, her feelings, and her hesitation about whether she still loves her husband or not, as well as her guilt about her unborn child possibly coming to life with divorced parents. The film did have a captive beginning, although you might feel its pace is slow, but in reality, everything you see has a meaning and requires your focus. Also, the beginning of the appearance of the huge spider and the way it appeared in the first place, it made me think we were in for an action or horror scene. It was very intense, especially since it appeared aggressive, so I couldn't imagine how the terrifying monster's relationship would be with Jacob. Jacob has father and relationship issues that appear very clearly in the movie, which is why he's detached from Earth. Fearing loneliness made him realize how important his presence would have been now on Earth with his wife and son. But the problem I had with his wife was that her role was limited. Like Carey Mulligan didn't have enough space to perform her role as it should. She's a great actress, and that's why I felt she was stuck around. The flashbacks were nicely performed and different, and Jacob's relationship with his memories of his wife impressed me. The way these memories were presented made it feel like they were entering his mind and watched what was happening. The flashback about his father's death and how it happened was told in a moving way, and we saw how it was different and harsh in his memory. It affected me as he narrated it, and I felt his acting was genuine. The film is rich in very deep feelings. I liked the choice of music in the film. It suited it very well and added to the atmosphere. The dialogue in this film is another story. I really enjoyed the conversation, especially between the spider and Jacob. Moreover, I felt that I gained new insights after watching the film. I was very focused on the information being conveyed. The last quarter or third of the film relied entirely on the dialogue between Hannes and Jacob, and it was very powerful. I really liked the visuals and the cinematography in this movie. The amount of space given in such a small space to what it should be as a studio with CGI was epic. It made me rethink how infinitesimal a human is compared to space, a spread of dust. Also, the graphics and CGI for the spider alien Hannes were great and realistic. Taking care of the details here makes them look that real. The depiction of space in the cloud had appeared, and how Jacob explores it and collects samples to study everything in the space station were executed beautifully and very precisely. Visual effects in a film like this related to space effects in a film like this played a very important role in the film's success in achieving this nice appearance. I liked the attention to directing and how they cared for the small parts, like the interior part of the space station, the ship Jacob was in, considering the absence of gravity, which made him float in it. All of these things immersed me. As I said, this movie isn't for everyone. It's a genuine movie about feelings and emotions that you might or might not fall for. Social media has been a factor lately in how responsive the audience is to a certain film that is set to be released shortly. The thing is, with platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime, they sometimes miss using that factor, fooling people to watch a total piece of crap. That wasn't the case here with Spaceman. This film had a massive production and could have made it to the big screen easily. Anyway, it's a good film. Maybe it's a bit boring to some, but I guess it's okay. I'll give it a pass. It was released in late March this year on Netflix. It's available now if you feel like watching it. It's rated R, which makes sense because of the language it contains. That's it. Tell me what do you think about the movie if you've seen it. And if not, would you see it? Tell me what you think in the comment section below. And don't hesitate to drop any recommendations to watch. Tell me, what are you hyped for in the next video? And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.